Shalom, I want to begin a lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahaha, Kodash. Double honors into the apostles, double honors into the elder bishops at Great Millstone, who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there pushing this truth, the 100% truth out there in the highways and the byways. The Akim, as well as you few sisters out there listening and learning. The Aqua to you also, I say Shalom. It is your brother, Righteous Agabor, back with another lesson through the spirit. And it's a nice installment. Just want to come at y'all with something real quick, an update real quick, man. Concerning what's going on with this war, right? A lot of things I could talk about, you know what I'm saying? Sleeper cells being implemented, the fact that Iran has been sending multiple strikes over to Israel, as well as other countries. Israel sending strikes over to Lebanon, right? Lots of different topics of discussion. Nonetheless, I want to talk about, the money that's being put into this war and what that could mean for the United States people. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video. And Lord willing, let's be edifying to those out there listening and watching.
This is a video of Iran firing one missile towards Israel at a cost of $250,000, and America firing 11 Patriot missiles to help Israel intercept it, costing us $44 million. Now, according to reports, Iran has launched over 100 to 150 missiles towards Israel just in the last 2 days alone, which, according to my math, $44 million times 150, that's like $7 billion already spent defending Israel. Meanwhile, this is what the streets of America look like right now.
Like we always say, man, these people don't care about you, right? We always say that. They don't care about you. They don't care about the well-being of the people over here in this land. If I could find a video I was looking at earlier, it was talking about how much it costs for each gun to be shot that was over there. But it may not be on Instagram, I can't remember, but for the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and play this. It says Trump strikes on Iran could cost the American economy up to $210 billion. And this is just going back in the price of gas, of course.
Okay, so we've got the conflict in the Middle East, and this is what's happened to wholesale gas prices. The reason I'm showing you gas prices, it's the biggest factor that feeds into electricity prices as well. So this is about energy prices in their totality. This is probably the biggest percentage rise we've ever seen in 2 days. Scary, isn't it? But if I scroll this graph back 5 years and show it you in the context of Ukraine,
Yep.
now look, I'm not saying it won't get worse, and I'm not saying it won't be sustained, but I think there is just a little bit of putting it in perspective that is needed at the moment. We are not currently in the Ukraine-type spike situation. So, but it's gone up. What does that mean? Well, it depends which type of tariff you are on. So let me run through the differences. If you are already on a fixed tariff, well, it is fixed. And normally I'd say once it's fixed, it never moves, but actually something perverse and good and unprecedented is coming on the 1st of April, which I talked about last week. If you are on an existing fixed rate on the 1st of April, policy changes, the underlying policy costs of bills are being moved, some onto general taxation, some are being cut, and that means the unit rate of electricity and the unit rate of gas, even on fixed tariffs, will be reduced on the 1st of April. And that is locked in. It means an unprecedented 7 to 9% typical fall on existing fixes on the 1st of April. You understand what I'm saying? Not new fixes, existing ones. I know some people got confused about that last week when we did a full energy show.
So at the end of the day, man, this is going to cost a lot of money. As we all know, war is not cheap at all. With that being said, man, it could lead to, upwards of the people and things of that nature, which is kind of what I'm getting at. The fact that United States citizens more and more realizing, right, or questioning why America is even involved in this conflict. Like, what has Iran done to us, right? What is Iran having nuclear warheads or a nuclear program have to do with the United States, right? The book of Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter, in the first verse, it says, "A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered." It says, "As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein." It says, "An unwise king destroyeth his people," man. And that's what we're dealing with right now, is an unwise king. On the one hand, he comes into office saying he's going to stop war, right? He's going to restore peace in America. And on the other hand, this nigga has broken records by how many countries he's bombed in the past year, which is 8. He bombed what? Iraq, Iran, Yemen, Syria, Nigeria, Venezuela, let me think, Pakistan, and no, I already said Iran. I can't remember the 8th one. Let me just do a fact check real quick. What 8 countries did Trump bomb? Iran, Iraq, Syria, Somalia, Yemen, Nigeria, Venezuela. Right. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 countries. So he's saying one thing and then doing another, right? And we know also part of it is the fact that Israel has they hand up this nigga ass and is quite literally using him as a puppet to the powers that be. They bringing this war to come to pass to distract y'all from the E-files, because it's that bad. And like I was talking to the brother yesterday, he said, even if those files aren't as bad as, or even if he's not doing the worst things in the files, like I said in my camp lesson the other day, he still sat back and didn't do anything, right? Which makes it even worse on his part. It says, Ecclesiasticus 10 and verse 3, "An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited." It says, "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable." Right? "In the hand of God is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor." So as we're seeing, man, as we've been saying, the translation of a kingdom from one people to another. This right here is the spark of the downfall of their kingdom, right? You have people protesting in the streets daily, begging for this war to end on all corners of the earth, right? Not just America, but everywhere. And quite frankly, people are tired of this group of people bringing forth destruction on the earth. Right? At the end of the day, though, as we always say, this is the Lord's doing, right? This is all prophecy. This is the Lord that's controlling these things, right? Through men, of course. As it said in the scriptures, man, Nebuchadnezzar, my servant, right? Meaning the Lord is controlling it. Nebuchadnezzar, mine servant. It's Jeremiah 25 and 8. It says, "Therefore thus saith Yahweh of hosts, because ye have not heard my words, behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, saith Yahweh, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and will bring them against this land, and against the inhabitants thereof, and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them, and making them an astonishment, and a hissing, and a perpetual desolations, and perpetual desolation. Moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth, and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstones, and the light of the candle. And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. Now, of course, we know that this is talking about ancient Babylon. We can connect that to present day Babylon as well, because the Lord is gonna send over strikes that waste this land and make it a perpetual desolation. And we know that, right? We know that that's gonna happen. That's biblical prophecy. When the wicked are in rulership, man, the people mourn. It says, Isaiah 19:1, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, which America, Babylon the Great, is known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. They shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, right? This, number one, we're seeing war take place all over the earth. Mind you, Russia and Ukraine are still at war. The fact that these prices are going to start skyrocketing and going up for the lack of oil, as well as taxpayers having to pay more and more taxes just to fund this war and this military, man, people are going to start getting pissed off, and we're going to start seeing sedition among men. I'm going to just tell you that right now. Amongst other reasons why people are going to start revolting. This is going to be one of them. Best be assured. People are going to get sick and tired of working like damn slaves and then having nothing to show for it. 60% of Americans already live paycheck to paycheck. And it's only going to, the cost of living and staying alive is only going to get worse. I'm just telling you the truth. 2 Ezra 15:14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's what we're seeing right now. There's war going on all over the world. And it's going to continue to spread. This is the divided kingdom. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, meaning revolting and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. The cost of goods is going to go up. As it says, the full storehouses shall be empty. And when things go back to normal, they're going to think that everything is okay, right? When they shall say peace and safety, then utter destruction coming. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Verse 3, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the witches, meaning they're going to go to these so-called wise people who are wise in foolishness in this world, and ask them what's going on, what's taking place, why these things happen on earth, right? And they ask me that question, I'm going to answer it like this. This is for the controversy of Zion. The Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, is coming to redeem the elect of the house of Israel and to bring forth vengeance on the wicked kingdom and judgment. Verse 4, and my point, and the Egyptians will give over into the hand, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And I'm gonna end this lesson off with this.
What you young guys.
The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
So with that, man, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kodash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel, Shalom. And as always, we're one day closer to the kingdom, man. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Shalom, Israel. Shabbat Shalom. And as always, stay up to date. Stay paying attention to the news because we're in the times now where you got to stay vigilant and up to date with what's going on. Shalom.